I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. Come on in, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome, friends. I'm happy to have y'all. Whew, child, it is a doozy of a day. A happy Sunday. Anyway, listen, we are talking about we're not Real Housewives, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 10, Episode 5. But before we get started, if you can hear the sound of my voice, y'all know what to do. Let me know by please putting your city, your state, your country, your island, wherever you are from, into the chat. That way I can give y'all a shout out real quick. Also, I need y'all to hit my like button, damn it. That is how I get paid, child. Now, I love the show, but I come on YouTube so that I can get my payment, okay? So hit the like button, please, and thank you. It doesn't cost y'all nothing to hit the like button. I have to assume that y'all just playing with my emotions. So hit that like button, okay? And then we can get started. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Hit it, hit it. What is up? What is up? Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. And take the poll at the top of the chat, too. I got a poll up there. Nell versus Tisha. Whose side are you on? I need to know. Come on in. Thank you. Keep hitting the like button. I'm on the other side looking and paying attention. So hit that like button, child. Don't play with my emotions, please and thank you. Let me get my face up here. Come on in. Welcome to the chat. Let's see, I see a few people in here. Let's see what is up. What is up, clone in the house? Anyone that you see with a purple wrench behind their name, like my sister, we got the same mama, same daddy. Please make sure that y'all say hello to them because they're volunteering their time. And yeah, they're going to make sure y'all have a good time in the chat. What is up? It's me, Wanda Marie. Nice to have you. What's up, Kit Kat? Lies More Lies. Nice to have you. What's up, Columbus? Nice to have you too. Child, this was a good episode. I actually enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. What's up, Chicago? What's up, Dallas? What's up, Tangi? I had a good friend named Tangi when I was a child. Tangi from Maryland, what's up? I'm looking at your photo. You're not the Tangi that I grew up with. What is up? Lake Latawana, Missouri. Welcome. Let's see. What's up, Shreveport? What's up, my friend Kevin in the house? Nice to have you. Philly, nice to have you. What's up, Georgia? What's up? You said my hometown. What's up? So y'all, I like this episode. I'm going to give it a solid 10, okay? It was a good episode. I agree, clone. I thought it was a good episode. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Share the video. Please and thank you. Get this video circulating. Get this video circulating in the algorithm. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a good episode. You know, when you watch reality TV, you're looking for, at least I am, you're looking for how these relationships, friendships, marriages, parent relationships, situationships, whatever they are, unfold. And this was a nice, solid conversation around these relationships, okay? What's up, Cheryl? Nice to have you. H-Town, welcome. Nice to have you. Come on in. Alabama's in the house as well. This was a nice, solid conversation around relationships from the beginning to the end, child. At the end, though, we saw a shark attack, okay? I don't think Tisha was ready. We all heard that music, da-da, da-da, and Nell was in the pool spinning, child, right up until she took a bite out of Tisha. We don't get to it though. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Alabama in the house, you liked it as well. Good, y'all. It was a solid episode, I'm telling you. Hated to see Destiny. Oh, you hated to see Destiny. What? In 3 episodes, why is she even on 11 Marriage Huntsville? Baby, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because Destiny, you done, child, a hot ass mess. What's up, Erica? Nice to have you. Always love seeing you, friend. Come on in. Don't watch it, but wait for your comment. Wait for my comments, child. We about to get to them. What's up, Austin, Texas? Nell should have took a bite. What's up, Smart Cookie? Welcome, friend. Nice to have you. Love to see all of you. That scene made me cringe. What scene made you cringe? It was a Nell. Are you talking about Destiny? Okay. Yeah, Destiny didn't make any new fans this episode for sure. I was confused. Destiny, damn. Okay, but we're about to get into it. I ain't gonna hold y'all, okay? Welcome to the show. Y'all see the button? Like, subscribe, keep going. Oh, you said the nail scene. The nail scene, well, the nail scene, the Fletchers scene, there was a whole lot of scenes that had me like, baby, what? I had to rewind this damn episode so many times. I didn't know what was going on, okay? I was like, y'all are really doing some things out here. Okay, so anyway, the scene opens with Nell Fletcher going to visit her son, the oldest one, Lance, who she sometimes calls Lucky, okay? She visited him at the house, and when she gets there, she's letting him know, what's going on with your front yard? You're a landscaper. This is what she's saying on the side, like, baby, you a landscaper and your front yard is out of control, child. Are you doing well? Like, my son can't be doing well if the yard, this is what he does for a living, if the yard looks a mess, right? So she's coming in and letting them know all the stuff that a mama is supposed to do when you go check on your kids. This is what you do, and your shit ain't right. So she's like, I knew I had to bring you some food because you never have anything here when I come to the house. So I knew I had to do that. But she's there to check on him. And he's pretty honest. He's letting her know, listen, I'm juggling a lot. I'm getting up at the crack of dawn to go out and do my business. This is a job I do every day. But also, the baby is not sleeping through the night emotionally, physically, mentally. I'm not well, okay? So he's telling her at the end of the day, I'm not well, I'm not good. And so this is important. So Nell is like, well, damn, I feel bad. Do you need me to come and take the baby off your hands for like 2 days out the week? I can bring it to my house. You can take care of your kids, because Lance has 2 children already. I think he has a teenager and then a young son who might not even be in kindergarten yet. So he goes, I'm taking care of them. I'm trying to put in everything I need to do at work. I'm like losing it. Let me put y'all comments on the screen so I can see everything. He said, I'm losing it. And so this is what I would expect from any mama. Okay. Nell Fletcher said, baby, let me take the child off your hands 2 days out the week. I'm going to take him to the daycare anyway, but that'll give you an opportunity to catch up, rest, so that you can be who you need to be, make your money, right? And Lance says, listen, I don't know if that would even be healthy for her, because when I was living with y'all, when the baby first got here, I was living with y'all, and the baby, she's very connected to me right now. Like, I'm not even sure that if you took the baby, I wouldn't just be passing a problem off to you. So if she's screaming, hollering, and crying all night long with me, she's going to do it with you too. I'm not sure if that's the right thing. So Nell Fletcher says, well, shit, why don't I just spend the night? Okay, I'll spend the night. That way the baby can stay here with you and both of us can be here together. It'll be 3 nights out the week. Would that be okay, baby? Lance says, you know what? That might be okay. Okay. He said that might be okay. But what you think Dad's gonna say? Do you think it'll be okay with him? To which Nell Fletcher says, what the I'm sorry. I'm actually talking I have my grandmother's voice running in my head, and I can only imagine if somebody said, "What do you think granddad's going to say?" She'd be like, "Granddad?" He's going to say what I tell him to fucking say. You're my child. This baby needs attention. You need attention. So no, okay? I ain't even worried about what he has to say. At the end of the day, this marriage has been through a lot of shit. We've had financial problems. We've had infidelities. If he can't take me staying away from the house 3 days out the night, then what the hell is this marriage about? This is family. You know what I'm saying? This is a family problem. You got a crisis on your hand, which is true. If he's saying everything that he's saying with the baby, in my opinion, y'all might have some different opinions, and that's okay. But in my opinion, if he has this newborn in his life and he's not able to do what he says he's going to do, that's why family is there. It takes a village to raise one child. So she says to him, I don't even know why you worried about what your daddy got to say. F your daddy. All the shit that I've had to sit back and deal with throughout the years, if he can't handle me not being home for 2-3 days out the night to take care of our grandchild, to do a favor for our son, then this marriage isn't what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? What y'all got to say? I know y'all probably got a whole lot of shit to say. Hold on. Anyway, at this point, I'm with Nell. I don't know where the mother is of this child. I'm not sure, but he is. I'm not sure, but I do agree that if he can't handle it, if someone tells you they can't handle it and a baby's involved, if you can help, I think you should help. That's my opinion. Honey, these girls ain't watching no babies. Smart cookie. Tell it, okay? We are in a whole new world of things. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, look, who cares what Chris thinks, child? Listen, I'm telling you now, I had to channel my own family. I was like, if somebody tells you that the baby needs help, I don't hear anybody saying, well, what does a grown-ass man who can cook, clean, and wipe himself think? Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. Nobody. Okay. Where's the mama? Don't know where the mama is. All I know is she said she was going to step in now. Okay. So she clears that for Lance. Okay. And then she said, listen, Destiny called me the other day. And as soon as I answered the phone, she said, you could have told me. And this puts her in a bad way. She said, I don't know who Destiny thinks she is, but I don't give a fuck what she thinks, okay? I don't have to tell her anything. I don't owe her shit. Lance says, well, she's reaching a bit, even calling you with that, right? Like she could have called me. Yeah, Nell said, does not matter, okay? At the end of the day, I didn't even know that the two of you were still together because I saw her with my own two peepers flirting with my godson. Okay, what was her godson's name? Trayvon. Twan. Okay, she said, I saw her flirting with Twan. So between her flirting with Twan, her all in her damn feelings about an ex-boyfriend, Moses, how the hell am I supposed to take what the two of y'all had going on serious? Destiny better not call my damn phone no more. Destiny better not call my damn phone anymore. Who did she think she is? I don't know what she has going on, okay? Hold on. Nell Fletcher is absolutely correct. If Fletcher cares, as he should, he can go over there with Nell on those nights. This is exactly what he should have. Girl, okay? Listen, it's me, Wanda. Child, I said the same thing, child. Don't do that. Don't do that to the baby. The baby don't deserve that. But at the end of the day, she said, listen, that woman, okay, Destiny was fucking around with Twan. I saw it. I don't know if she liking you or Twan. Twan's my godson. Why is she in my family with the men in my family? Is Huntsville that destitute when it comes to the men? Come on. Okay. So anyway, she didn't like that too much. Lance said, at the end of the day, I don't owe her an explanation either. But if she, wants to have a sit down, I'll do that. Maybe a convo, not an explanation. Because when I was trying to make what was going on between Destiny and I, more, she told me that she was dating, and that's it. She was, just having something casual. So casual means that I didn't have to hold myself for her. And he said at the end of the day, Destiny knew how I felt about her. And if you want to get real about it, she was playing in my face. Okay? He said we went on a few dates. That's it. That's all. Her calling you after the boundaries that she made for she and I was pushing it just a little too far. Right now, the Fletchers, they got about 10, and Destiny is negative fucking 0, and that's impossible. But child, come on. What are you talking about? Last season it was Moses. This season it's Lance. Get away from me with this, damn it, Apollo. Okay, we ain't doing it anymore. Okay, and I said this in a video the other day. I said, if you want to make this about anything, it's going to have to be about your friendship, the friendship that you actually established with Nell Fletcher prior to Lance. Because having a friend, and then I don't care how old Destiny is. Destiny could be the same age as Lance, but still, you knew the mama first. So that's where you're going to have to create whatever this drama is, because it can't be with Lance. I don't care. Anyway, now we have Destiny who meets up with Tisha and Kimmy at this new boutique in Huntsville, okay? Destiny goes from bad to worse, and Destiny wasn't even physically in the other scene, but this scene actually put the nail in Destiny's coffin. Let's get there. So Tisha is complaining to Kimmy that she barely sees Marceau. He is always at work. If he's not on the job site, this, that, and the other, he's at Black. He takes all of his meals at Black. He only comes home to change clothes and take a shower. Then he's back out in the streets. She doesn't know what the hell is going on at this point. So she's complaining about that. That's when Destiny walks in and she switches up the conversation a little bit. They tell her that they missed her at the dinner the other night when they were with all the girls. And Destiny shares that she was over there at the Tickety Talk event. Y'all can go listen to that. They talk about business. It was not the thing that I'm going to repeat here. Okay. Anyway, Destiny does apologize for missing the dinner. And, she was like, she didn't know if she wanted to be there or not. And then I think Kimmy said some shit like, well, damn, girl, that Nell Fletcher was almost your mama-in-law, correct? Okay. This is almost your mother-in-law. So we didn't know if you didn't want to come to the dinner because of what's going on with Lance and this baby, or if you really had something else going on. Destiny says she has something really going on. However, she rolls her eyes at the whole Nell Fletcher was almost your mother-in-law comment. Anyway, Kimmy fills Destiny in on what happened at the dinner. Okay. Kimmy said, listen, Nell and Tisha lightweight got into it because Nell Fletcher asked for Tisha to be transparent. She wanted Tisha to give her a little more information about what went down after Martell had dropped that video of Marceau's alleged mistress, right? And Tisha basically blows her off and said everything I had to say was over there on Carlos King's podcast. If you missed it, check it out. Make sure you hit the like button and share the video. Okay, but Tisha said, I ain't rehashing that shit with you. I don't owe you anything. Okay, Nell? And Kimmy's sitting here laughing because she's like, well, at the end of the day, child, Tisha did give her the 1-2, and Kimmy's really on Tisha's side. She said, hell, that's not what transparent is. Transparent is not telling something that, you haven't already said. She already said what she had to say, so she was being transparent. And I'm kind of sick and tired of her throwing this word around. So you could tell that it is Kimmy and Tisha against Nell Fletcher in the scene. What's up, my friend Gloria? Love to see y'all. Come on in, everyone. Hit the like button and share the video, okay? Please and thank you. But Kimmy's like, and not only did Tisha get her rocks off when she told Nell Fletcher, watch the video because I'm not telling you shit, but then Nell felt a way about Tisha getting in Chris Fletcher's face about those NDAs comments, okay? And Destiny's like, got in her face. She was like, yeah, she did beeline for him and started walking her little self right up into his face, doing all this. They all laughed and got their life off of that, okay? They all thought that shit was funny. And this is important because when we get to the end, it's going to be another feeling. You know what I'm saying? But while it was happening, oh, you like my earrings? Thank you. These are new. When they was talking about it at this boutique, they were all laughing the shit off like it was no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got what they got when they're talking about it in this scene. But anyway, Tisha said that she's tired of people going after marriages and kids. What the fuck? Okay? At the end of the day, everybody needs to be a damn adult. Stop talking about people's marriages. Stop talking about kids. That is off limits. Have some accountability and some change behavior. Otherwise, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, hang out in this damn, pig pen. I'm not a part of the pig pen. Leave me out of it. That is when Destiny, is her middle name Lachey Payton, okay, hyphen Williams maybe, pipes the fuck up and says, it's interesting you say that, because I was just having the same conversation with Martell, is what this heifer says. Okay? And I was literally rubbing my head in the scene like, who told you to bring this motherfucker's name up? Why is he being added into this conversation? Please. So Tisha chucks the deuces at Destiny and said, bitch, bye. I don't even know where that came from, which was the right thing to do, by the way. Going ahead and move on. Destiny says, is this what we're going to do every time we say a name that somebody doesn't like? Well, bitch, isn't that what you did 2 seasons ago when you was at your reopening and Stormy showed up and you was acting a plumb damn fool because there was people you didn't like there who was begging you to simply talk to them and let them know what was going on? What is going on, Destiny Payton? Also, let's also talk about this. I couldn't help but to think, and I realized that those are seasons ago, but in order for me to believe change behavior, you're going to have to address the shit you did in the past. Because when Tiffany Whitlow was on the show, and she actually said less to Tisha about her marriage to Marceau, way less than the bullshit stunt Martell pulled, you threatened to drag Tiffany all across these United States, okay? Alabama, California, Detroit, Atlanta. You was about to drag her ass, mop her ass all across these 50 United States. But Martell is who you want a pass to be given to after the nasty shit he said and did? I'm asking. For myself, not even for a friend. Destiny, what the fuck is going on? I'm so confused. But she says with the straightest face, is this what we doing? Anyway, hold on, y'all. Okay. So anyway, after she does that, Kimmy is trying to just be as nice as possible and be like, when she said, well, we got to do better, y'all. And Kimmy said, isn't that interesting? Because I don't actually blame her. This is what Kimmy's saying. I don't actually blame Tisha for not wanting to hear Marceau's name. At the end of the day, Martell's name. At the end of the day, why are you even in the fucking middle? Why are you in the middle of this, Destiny? If the shoe was on the other foot and he was asking this of you, like, what's going on? So Destiny says, well, honestly, this is the hardest part of being friends with all of y'all, because if it wasn't for Martell, in other words, Destiny is firmly laying her loyalty out. If it wasn't for Martell, I wouldn't know y'all. So when Martell goes, I go. But I would love it if Tisha would just bury the hatchet and forget that Martell called her a hoe and said that she was chucking and sucking and bucking in the back of a Buick. then we could just all be friends again. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. So she said, I just don't understand why that could be possible. And listen, I hold Martell accountable when he says stupid shit, which is all of the time. I'm always jumping all over Martell and telling him what he needs to do in order to blah blah blah. Now, I'm just going to say this too, because I did happen to see the video or whatever she had on YouTube where she had the counselor, whose name I forget. I wish I remember. I think it was Dion. Dion, actually, I saw an episode of that damn YouTube thing that Destiny had where Dion said, you're going to have to kick Martell to the curb. She said it. It came out of her mouth. Dion said, please get rid of him. He is literally the problem for everybody. I remember when she said it, and I remember coming on my channel and trying to understand Destiny and said, listen, Destiny, Martell is love bombing your ass in this friendship because he done fucked over everybody else. So if you are not paying attention, because listen, he grooms people to do certain things and say certain things. It is what it is. You don't get mad at me. I don't care if you're a Martell supporter. It is what it is. Martell is a narcissist who grooms people to go to bat for him. That is his thing. He used to have it with Melody, and Melody even said it, and everybody on the show has said it. Melody used to be Martell's protector until she said, okay, I'm done with you. I'm so done with you that if you keep it up, you're going to get a hot one to the chest. And I'm not even playing. That's the position she's playing right now. I'm tired of your ass, okay? But he grooms people to be his protector, to pretend like he's not a grown-ass man with 5 kids, okay, and a marriage and all the bullshit that he has going on in his past. And now you are playing that role to the T, thinking, I'm just being his friend. When he does wrong, no. You don't have to do that either. He can do wrong, and you can say, listen, I'm not fucking up my friendship with anybody else, so I won't be singing your name to anybody else. So it's not your job to ask Tisha when she's going to get over it. Tisha has a husband, children. She got businesses and a house that she's trying to build. She's in therapy, all the shit that she's supposed to do to keep her relationship right. Martell ain't supposed to be in it, period. And you shouldn't have brought it up. You shouldn't have brought it up. In fact, I would have respected you more if you would have said nothing and off camera and said, listen, I don't blame Tisha for how she feels. Because like I said, I've seen you go after people for way less than what Martell gave. Y'all know it's true. I don't even have to go in the comments. Look, hit the like button, please, and thank you. 334 of y'all are here. Hit my like button, just like y'all do at anybody else's house. Hit it, okay? But anyway, Destiny shows all of her ass and shows that she can't be trusted. Come on in. Facts, what you are saying. Good. That's why I do enjoy watching the show, because I can see some of these crazy ass people what they're doing. But anyway, after that, Destiny decides to share some information about what she knows with Martell and Ariane, and they're like, okay, girl. Anyway, what's going on between you and Lance? How about we talk about them? What's going on between you and Lance? That's when Destiny says that Lance treated her like a wet food stamp. She said that she saw him out at the Piggly Wiggly and he wouldn't even look her in the eye, child. He got his baby formula and he left. And she said that she's going to reach out to him. Child, even that, Destiny. Don't let a grown ass man that you probably was effing on, okay, walk past you and not say a word. It would have never happened. Even if he walked out the door, you should have texted him right then and there and said, I'm on your heels, sir. Slow the fuck down. Under no circumstances should that have ever happened. Ever. But she ends up telling that story out loud. That's the craziest part about Destiny, is she says things out loud that she doesn't think is bad. But child, you don't sit and take some time with yourself, sit in somebody's closet in the dark with your on your knees and pray, because you keep doing some of the oddest shit I've ever seen. And this, let me also say this, Destiny, this is the reason why people think you're sleeping with Martell. Okay, now I actually gave you a pass because I said when Melody hugged you, when you said I'm sorry, there's no way she would have repelled against the entire thing. Like, oh, she wouldn't have been able to do it because you would have been doing something so disgusting for her that she wouldn't have fucked with you at all. But when she said that she was inviting you to her room at night and asking you what you wanted for dinner and checking on your feelings, I said, okay, I don't think that Mel thinks that you slept with him, which tells me that you run interference way too much from Martell. I'm going to give you this. You run interference way too much from Martell. The only people who need to run that kind of interference, who needs to wipe Martell's ass when he, shits himself, is his mama and whoever he's sleeping with. And that's why people say you're sleeping with him, because you don't know how to pull the back. So please do it. Find a way. And also find a way to stop letting these men run over you, child. The second you said that, I literally was like, Destiny needs to take a trip to Africa. Hold on. Come on, hit that like button for me, please, and thank you. Everybody hit the like button. Destiny needs to take a trip to Africa and visit the medicine man like Nene and Candy them did, and have him shake his bones, okay, and tell you what's in your future for a man. Because I'm thinking he's going to say, but my bones says that you're not going to get married. My bones say you're going to be in that house by your damn self, okay? Oh, my God. Anyway, come on in, everybody. Welcome to the chat. She was never with Lance in any capacity. I don't care. Listen, if he's claiming her and said, listen, all we had was a friendship, we went out on a couple of dates. Lance says I was attracted to her, very attracted to her. Let me put this back up here. Hold on. It was Lance who said he was very attracted to Destiny. Kind of similar to Moses saying, I gave Destiny a chance to be wifey. I was going to wife her up. Now, I don't necessarily think that's a compliment, but you got men out here saying what they could have done for you. Lance said Destiny played in my face. I really like Destiny. She played in my face. So with all of that being said, Destiny, you're the problem when it gets to a point where you're walking in or out of a building and they see you and they don't look you in the eye. They don't say hello to you, and you can't even reach out back to them. That's all the way messed up. Okay? My mama would never. Okay? You saw that mother where? And he did what? And you didn't do nothing? Child, please. I'm going to need you to get it together, child. Don't be talking about how you hold Martell accountable, he's nothing to you. But you can't hold Lance accountable? You can't make him say hi to you? Oh, I get dizzy talking about her. Okay? Come on in. Welcome. Destiny, stay fumbling. Okay? Girl, you are on point with the picture. Okay? Yes, the medicine man, child. My bones tell me you will be alone for the rest of your damn life. Girl, you're in your 40s, child. Let's get it together. Seriously, let's get it together. Anyway, moving on from that scene, hit the like button. Hit it. Hey, Linda Gamble. Nice to have you, girl. Hit the like button. Keep it going. Let's get it up. There should be 200 likes. Hit the like button. At least 200. It really should be as many as the people in here, but y'all got to keep hitting that like button. Y'all be taking my shit to Facebook to tell you little stories, over to other people's page, getting on their platform, acting like it's your thoughts, but you can't even hit the like button. It makes no sense. None. Hit the like button. Hit it. Keep hitting it. I haven't demanded that people hit the like button in a long time, but Y'all gonna hit it today. Hit it, 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 hit it. And we'll get to the rest of the story because this isn't even the best part, child. We got a lot going. We got to get to Baby Shark at the end. There was a whole shark attack and nobody even saw it. Didn't even see it coming. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Keep hitting it. I need 24 more, y'all. Come on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, hit the like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Salutations, Faith and Substance. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. I appreciate you coming through. Maybe they'll tell us a little more about the baby mama. For whatever reason, they haven't said anything. Maybe it's to protect her identity, but it sounds like he's had the child, that he's the main one who is taking care of the child. You sent me a DM. Let me see what you had to say, Chica. Where did you send the DM? They're acting like he got full custody. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Someone said they should have hit the button by now. Believe it or not, they still being as stingy as they can be. Okay, how can people watch the like button or watch the content, not like hit the like button? Because they think that they are being loyal to another YouTuber who likes to drag me in their back room, so they don't like to hit my like button. But it's hilarious. Okay, but they'll be talking about everything I say. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. As ignorant as it can be, child. And it is ignorant. But come on in. Come on in. Welcome. I don't tell people who to follow. I don't tell people what to do. Get up in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your ass, do whatever you want. Okay? A like is a hello. That's all it's ever been. That's all it's ever been. That's crazy. Ain't it? I agree. I agree, but it has been this way for at least 2 years now. Okay. So Nell Fletcher meets up with Trisha. And basically this is just a setup scene. She is letting Trisha know that she feels a way about Letitia Scott, and she uses the lady's full name. She said, I don't know. I feel something about Letitia Scott coming over here, putting her finger in my man's face. What the hell is going on with her? Okay, I told her I didn't think she was being transparent, but she got something going on. And when you first listen to the scene, when I first listened to it, I was like, why is Nell giving Tisha so much pressure? I really thought that. I was like, Nell might be giving Tisha a little too much pressure. But Trisha tells Nell Fletcher, listen, I don't know why y'all are having so much trouble communicating, because when we all met, we had our girls' night out, we all had made a pact. We all made a pact to be cool. I don't have the problems that you claim you have with Tisha. And I think that if you would just have a one-on-one with her, you would find some common ground. I think you may be making too much of this. And Nell Fletcher said, Tisha gives me too much Big D energy, okay? She's been hanging around Destiny Payton too much, And if she keeps it up, okay, I'm not what she wants. I'm a mollywop her ass, okay? That's how she said it. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it was just a setup scene. Basically, Trisha talks Nell Fletcher into meeting up with Tisha so that they can work this out. Because Trisha said, I really like Tisha. I don't see what you see. I don't know why you are getting this type of energy, but if you talk to her, you'll be able to work it out. So Nell Fletcher agrees. Next scene. Next scene is Jaylen and his mama, Kimmy. And I have to say, this scene warmed my damn heart. Okay, Jaylen comes walking in to his mama's office, which he doesn't go to, according to Kimmy. He doesn't show up there a lot. And this is the big like business incubator where Maurice also works. So when she said he doesn't come here a lot, my first thought was like, well, that's because Maurice works there. Maurice works there. He probably don't want to fuck with both of y'all. He only wants to talk to his mama. But Kimmy is on the phone with Destiny. Kimmy is on the phone with Destiny, and Destiny's like, I thought you were supposed to keep an office for me. And Kimmy says, Heifer, you know I had that office for you. You were supposed to have been over here, but you didn't come, so I had to give it to somebody else. And you love to play victim about shit, okay? But she was like, I don't have time for you. But Jaylen walks in on the conversation, and when Kimmy's wrapping it up, Jaylen says, bye, Destiny, which was also hilarious because I was like, well, damn, should she know? How does Jaylen know? Kimmy was kind of going at Destiny in a calm way, but still she was letting her know, oh, did I fix that? Y'all know what? I forgot a conversation that happened when they were at the boutique. I'm going to bring it up here because we're talking about Destiny. Hold on, child. This was also a good part of that damn scene that I forgot to say. So when they were at the boutique, Kimmy tells Destiny, when the whole Lance thing happened, Kimmy says to Destiny, listen, I thought you and Lance had something going on. Destiny said, well, we were cool until you, speaking to Kimmy, until you made Lance think I was flirting with the waiter. Okay, this was at Nell and Chris Fletcher's vow renewal. Okay, the vow renewal. So she said, until you said you was flirting with the waiter. Kimmy said, don't put that shit on me. You were googly-eyed over the waiter. He came, he dropped something off at the table, and your eyes bugged out of your head like a damn cartoon character. And she said, no, my eyes are always googly-eyed, and you didn't have to tell him that. And she said, I didn't tell him that. Like, that's number one. And y'all remember they had that whole argument, like Kimmy is always in people's business at the wedding. Kimmy said, I didn't tell him that. You started that. I was a friend. I just said, girl, you know, giving a little too much to the waiter. That's what a friend would do. And she said, you're the one who took it there, Destiny. And Destiny said, well, what did I do? And Kimmy said, you was like, I'm single. I'm a single woman. I can do whatever I want to. I can do whatever I want to do and see whoever I want to see. And Destiny starts laughing. And then it comes out that it was Nell Fletcher who at her own wedding, okay, her vow renewal to her husband, took the time to pull her son aside and say, Destiny is flirting with the waiter. Do you know what would have had to happen in order for the bride to go to somebody and say, go to their son and say, child, don't do nothing else with Destiny. Let's put that out there. Because I was like, oh shit. She had a whole bunch of stuff on her mind and it shouldn't have been snitching on Destiny. And that's a fact. But it comes out that it was Nell Fletcher who was the one who snitched on that girl. Okay. And Kimmy said, you can take me all the way up out of this, bitch. You said you were single. You didn't have any problem openly flirting with the waiter, knowing that Lance was in the same room. So it is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. Now we're moving on to this scene with Jaylen and his mama. So anyway, Kimmy ends up hanging up the phone. Jaylen's like, hi, Destiny, because it seems like anytime Destiny and Kimmy's talking, Kimmy's on just Destiny's ass and telling her what she didn't do, okay? Which I happen to love. But anyway, after they do that, Jaylen sits down and says to his mom, listen, I got some news for you. I'm not leaving Huntsville after all. I'm going to stay here. I was given a job offer that I could not refuse, and you're never going to guess how it happened. So he's explaining to her that he had a job interview. This would be, I guess, after the Denver, because he accepted the Denver offer. But he said he went to another place. They ended up liking that he was a part of a startup. And he explained all the stuff he was responsible for. He said within 3 hours after the interview, they called and offered him a job that was more money than his mind could even comprehend. And he still sent them a counter offer for even more. And he got every penny he was asking for. So he said, I turned down Denver. I will be here solely with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick it out. So Kimmy said, I am over the moon. This is amazing. You and I have to do a project together. I know you said you didn't want to do shit with me, Monster, and Maurice, but you and I can do a project together, and Maurice and Monster can do a project together, which was also a very pivotal point for Kimmy to be like, bitch, do something with your son and I'm gonna do something with my son. Okay. But she said, yeah, you and I can do a project together. He said, speaking of Maurice, I had a sit down with him and he still don't get it. He still don't get it. I told him everything that I've told you over the years, that the man was hard on me, that he didn't feel like my father. And he said, hell, I didn't even have a father. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know what a father should feel like. But I do know the one I got didn't feel like a father to me. Okay. So he tells this to his mama, and he said, I had this conversation with him and he didn't get it. He didn't get it. And so Kimmy says, oh, well, I think, maybe he thought he was doing the right thing. He said, I'm going to give him this. He felt like a mentor. He let me fall down. He basically cussed me out, told me to get back up, try again. But in the spaces, I'm reading between the lines here, in the spaces where I needed him to, comfort me and show me that he loved me and, make me feel like I could come to him when I was down, when I was feeling down emotionally or mentally or whatever the things are. And I could clearly see that he was giving it to Monster, because it wasn't like I didn't have an example otherwise. He was giving it to Monster. He wasn't giving it to me. This is what he's telling his mama. He said, in that situation, I have to say, did he make me a better man because of it? Yeah, he showed me what not to do. And maybe being as hard on me helped me, persevere and be better and, try to, succeed in life. But at the same time, I still don't like him. I still don't respect him. I don't give two shits. And when I was at my lowest, I had to go to Marceau, his brother, for the comfort I needed from another man as a child growing up. And that was embarrassing. And you know what's crazy is Maurice actually said that in the thing that he did with Carlos King. When they asked him, how did you feel? He said, I was embarrassed. He said, I'm still embarrassed. And now you're embarrassed even more, because nobody should have to tell you this, child. You should know by now what this is. But he ends up saying that he was embarrassed. And I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. At the end of the day, Kimmy just nods her head. She didn't give a whole lot to it. Maurice fell short. Kimmy still is. She didn't give Maurice too much. Kimmy doesn't give Maurice a lot in any scenes ever. She always shuts down and just let the scene be the scene. She doesn't, but from what I'm understanding, we will see. From what I'm understanding, there is a scene that's supposed to come up this season with Kimmy and Maurice, and it could have to do with Jaylen, where Kimmy is going to get on Maurice's ass. This is what I heard, okay? Where Kimmy is going to lay Maurice out like an ironing board, okay? And we shall see. And it better happen too. But in this particular scene, she didn't give Maurice a lot. I'm going to say that. So I'm waiting for this scene to come up because I heard it's supposed to be the best scene of the season. Let me see what y'all got to say. Maurice just wanted Kimmy's cooch. Jesus. Not to parent to her son. Well, it's about freaking time. This is what I heard. This is what I heard, okay? That she is supposed to lay his ass out. It may have something to do with Jaylen because Jaylen just said at the end of the day, he still didn't get it. And she said, it's crazy. I've said it to him. My son has said it to him. His brother has said it to him. He just wants to be aloof. And then they play the scene back where you hear him say, I love you just as much as I love Monster. You're the same to me. You're not the same to him if he's telling you you're not the same, okay? Anyway, moving on from that scene, let's get into Chris and Lance. Chris and Lance, baby. This was a good scene. I loved it. So Chris goes to Lance's office. Lance is at his construction office. He's wearing his hat, advertising his business, you know. And Chris comes in and says, I just came to see how my son is doing. And how's the grandbaby? I haven't seen either one of you in a while. Hold on to that, okay? I haven't seen either one of you in a while. I know you was having some difficulty and some trouble in the beginning when y'all lived in my house with your mother. And that was hard, okay? Because we weren't used to having a baby in the house anymore. So that was hard on me. It sounds like he was saying that was hard on me and maybe our relationship. But I haven't seen you in a while, so how are you doing? And Lance tells him, yeah, you know, it was hard when I was in you and mom's house. And it's still hard, to be honest. Actually, I saw mom the other day and I was telling her, I'm not sleeping the way I'm supposed to. And mentally, emotionally, physically, the baby's wiping me out. I mean, like, I feel like in the middle of the night, I wash her, I get her cleaned up and ready for bed. And I have to change my clothes 2 times before the sun comes back up because she is coughing and I got to take her to the emergency room. So he's sharing everything that's going on with the dad, right? And he says, listen, speaking of you and mom actually said to me that, or she offered to me that she would love to stay at the house 2-3 days a week to help me out with the baby. I think the baby's name is Creed. It's a little girl. Her name is Creed. Beautiful name, by the way. I love the name. And after he asked his daddy, after telling him all the things, and he says to his dad, how would you feel about mom staying at the house with me 3 nights out the week to help me with the baby? Chris said, hell no. I wouldn't like that. How would you like it if your wife stayed away from the house 2 to 3 nights out the week? And Lance actually swallows hard, like, damn, I wasn't expecting you to come at me that harsh. And I have to say, I'm on Lance's side. I don't know. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Y'all free to your opinion. But Lance isn't your competition. He's your son. What's happening here? Again, I hate to point this out, but last year when Chris Jr. was coming to you saying things like, I'm struggling. I don't know if I'm, some nights I'll be on the road driving all night long and I'm a little weary and maybe I'm thinking about unaliving myself and all that shit. You was like, don't ever get yourself to a point of where when things get that bad, you should have talked to us before shit even hit this point. When you get up at 3 a.m, call me. That's what I heard you say. So when this son is saying to you pretty much the same thing, I'm struggling. Why in the hell are you playing me like this? Chris, are you? Do you not consider Lance your son? What is happening? I don't know. Look, there's some people saying, listen, this is Lance's problem. He needs to figure this out. Okay. I'm just asking. He has two grown sons, two grown daughters, right? And a bonus daughter that's a niece. And he ends up giving him this speech saying, when are you gonna get on your feet and do this for yourself? Huh? When? Every time y'all have something going on, you're calling on me or your mama. Now, Nell Fletcher already said they don't ever call on you. They only call on me when it comes to money. Okay. But Chris is like, I'm going to need to see you step up to the plate and grow the fuck up. Okay. And stop leaning on me and your mama. Be an adult. Going out there. You made the baby, go ahead and feed it. Okay. Now you want to flick your fingers. Okay. Anyway, he gives them this whole speech about how the only child in the family who doesn't come to them is Kayla, and that's a maybe because she can get it too. But at the end of the day, all of y'all, and this is literally what he says in the scene, all of y'all lean way too much on me and your mama. We got to break y'all of that. Here's the thing. It was actually Nell Fletcher who offered it. He didn't ask for it. Nell offered it. And then gave him a speech and said, don't ever bring your daddy up in this motherfucking conversation. He's fine. You're not. This is where my attention needs to go. And I can't wait to see the scene that happens after this with Nell and Chris, because child, I don't know. I'm going to have to see Nell step up to the plate, baby. But it was the wife that offered it. So at the very minimum, Chris, I would think you would tell Lance, let me talk to your mama about this before I, say something out of pocket, because I felt like what you said was out of pocket. He's struggling. Going ahead and give him the help, especially when it involves a life that can't take care of itself. The life that can't take care of itself needs the help. And if he's asking for it, help is what I think. Then, because you started the conversation off with, I haven't seen you or the baby in a while, for you to say, I want to see you get it together, and maybe you can talk to someone who's doing it, like Martell. What the fuck did you just say? Who? Child. Who? Don't bring Martell up as a shining fucking example ever. Ever. That blew my mind. Martell has a girlfriend who maybe, if she does right, could be his wife, but he has to see, okay, because he's not sure. And the mama, the way he threw Martell in that scene was disturbing. I didn't like it one fucking bit. And if I was Lance, I would say, oh, okay, you know what? Why don't I just let you and mom talk about this a little more? And I will not be visiting Martell. He's the last person I would probably visit about any of this ever. I can't even believe you brought it up, but I thought that was such a punch in the gut. I thought that was a punch in the gut for your son to have called on you the way you asked them all to. Even in therapy, you said you wanted to go to therapy because little Chris wasn't doing okay. But if he's telling you this, don't know. Hold on. You should be able to go to your family for help. That was messed up to Lance. I felt the same way. I thought that too. I really thought that if Lance is asking for the help, since he is being a single daddy to 3 kids, it sounds like he has all 3. He has custody of. He's been married once or twice? I think twice. I think I heard him say that. Does he need help? Yes, he needs help. Y'all know he needs help. That's how y'all raised him. But at the end of the day, give him the help. Hold on. Y'all got a lot to say about this. Chris Fletcher wants the mother to help step up to the plate. Chris Jr. is in and out of those streets, which is why Chris Fletcher offers a counselor for him because he was beyond talking to. Okay. Well, I remember the scene. I remember him crying. I remember him crying, Chris Sr., crying about his son, Chris Jr., and even going to Nell Fletcher and saying, hey, hey, you might be too hard on him. I talked to him. This is what he said. Nell Fletcher says to him, listen, I think that he's playing you. But if you feel this way, I'm going to support him because you're asking me to. That's what Nell said. I will pull back. I won't bring X, Y, and Z up anymore because you're asking me to. That's what I remember. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I would rather help my son than for him to be a deadbeat. Same here. Agreed. Agreed. Okay. But at the end of this conversation, Chris Fletcher pushes his son off on Martell. I don't even have words for it. I don't have language for what I heard. I don't have the language. What I do know is that somebody's full of shit. And with everything they do know about where Martell is right now, curtains, don't bring that man up. It takes a village to raise a baby. Let's not play. People who are single parents trying to take care of a baby, y'all know, you know how much work that is, and to have a full-time job. And yes, it's a blessing that Nell has her daycare and she can keep him. But if he's telling you that he needs the help, believe him. At what point do the sons take responsibility for their behavior and choices? I would say not when the child is an infant. I would say that if you can offer the help, help. I don't know. People have different feelings about it. I respect it. Some people push the tough love thing. But if you have the family that can help, you should help. Anyway, that's how that scene ends. Now let's get to this shark attack, child. Nell and Tisha. Let me tell y'all something. Tisha walked in there with a very false sense of self. Okay? Now she looked amazing. Okay, let's start there, child, because if you're gonna get your ass handed to you, if you're gonna get a good chunk bitten out your cheeks, you want to make sure that you look good. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. Okay? And she walked in there looking like a gazillion bucks. I don't even know what color dress she was wearing. It was somewhere between like a mustard and an olive. Not everybody can wear that color, but she pulled it off flawlessly. So I'm going to give her a props. But she walked in with a very false sense of self and what was going on in her household when she showed up to this meeting. Nell Fletcher gives her a call and says, let's meet at the coffee shop. I just want to, iron some shit out because you and I seem to be butting heads when we meet up in public or in group settings. And I don't want to do that anymore with you. So Tisha says, no problem. Cool. Okay. She comes in looking cute as hell. She orders her caramel macchiato or whatever the hell it was. Somebody said, put some cereal in that bottle and leave your mama alone, okay? She orders her coffee, and Nell Fletcher didn't waste no time. She said, Tisha, listen. You know, what happened the other night with the NDAs and you putting your hands running up in my husband's face? I didn't like that. You and I had just had a meeting prior to this where we agreed that we all needed to hang out with each other more and come to each other with any problem that we may have with each other, not to the rest of the group, so that we don't let things fester out of control. So I want to do that, right? Nell Fletcher is giving her that benefit. And Tisha's like, in confessional, Tisha says, well, I wasn't expecting Nell to come out right out the gate with this conversation. And I'm like, Tisha, you were the one who actually set the rules and said we shouldn't be talking about each other to anybody in this fucking group except each other when we have a problem with each other. That was Tisha who said that when they went to dinner. She forgot. Okay. Hey, Lulu, thank you for supporting the channel, girl, and becoming a new member. Okay. Look, I can get my screens up. Thank you for rocking with DYANAROZAY. I appreciate you, girl. But anyway, she says this, and Tisha forgets from the start. She's like, oh, I can't believe you're starting off so hot. I can't believe it. And Nell just says, listen, at the end of the day, I didn't like how you were on 100 with your hands and shit in my husband's face. What was that about? Like, Tisha, calm down. And Tisha said, I don't remember it like that. I wasn't on 100. I don't remember being in his face. Remember, I told y'all that just a couple of scenes ago when Tisha was at the boutique and Kimmy was talking about it and saying exactly that. Your hands was in his face. You was walking up on him. You was laughing and giggling like it was no big deal. When Nell Fletcher is saying, listen, this is what you were doing, in order to squash this beef, Tisha, all she had to say was, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was acting a foolio off the Don Julio. I didn't know. It would have taken her 2 seconds to say that and end it because Nell likes a drink. Okay? Bitch, sometimes when I'm on the Don Julio, you might get the Foolio part of Tisha. I apologize. But no, Tisha wants to take it there. Okay? Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Brenda. I appreciate you. Yeah, Tisha's like, I did no such thing. I don't even know where you're coming from. Okay, Tisha's acting appalled. Cute, but appalled and really playing stupid at this point because what you want to be is on top of your shit. If you're going to therapy, girl, go on ahead and take accountability like you asked everybody else to take. Take the accountability and said, yeah, that might have happened. I don't remember it like that. But Marceau even pulled me aside and said, girl, you're doing too much. Okay, we already talked about it. It's okay. It's okay. But Tisha doesn't do that. Tisha instead says, listen, you and your husband keep bringing my husband's name up and shit. This is your second time putting my husband into some shit. Nell Fletcher, who has already been circling like a shark around Tisha, her fin was up, child, and she's like, I'm about to, girl, you have no idea. But Nell Fletcher kept her mouth shut the entire time. She listened with both of her ears cupped. And she said, when was the first time we said something out of pocket about Marceau? And Tisha said, when y'all was in Atlanta, you brought my husband up. Okay? You lied on him. Tried to make it seem like he was out doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. And Nell Fletcher said, Tisha, I didn't bring your husband up. We didn't talk about your husband at all. Hell, it was your husband who used my husband, Chris, as a damn alibi, baby. Don't pretend like he didn't use. And then producer said, roll that beautiful beam footage. And they showed Tisha in the car crying. And Tisha said, who the hell was you in Atlanta with? He said, Chris Fletcher. I met up with Chris Fletcher. Anyway, thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you, girl. The elegant elephant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But child, yes. When she says that, that is when Tisha's face completely cracks and was on the damn ground. Tisha said, wait a minute. What happened? Nell Fletcher said, y'all brought my husband up. And this is true. She said, I was in Atlanta with Chris. And Tisha said, yeah, that's because your husband, Marceau told me, your husband asked Marceau to take a selfie, which none of us saw, by the way. Where the hell the selfie go? Your husband asked my husband to take a selfie because you didn't believe that he was meeting up with Marceau. She said, Tisha, you are a damn lie. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Nell Nell Fletcher had a surgery in Atlanta. That's what they said when they were at Martell's wine event. And Nell Fletcher told her then, I had a surgery, so I was with Chris Fletcher. Okay, I'm allowed to travel with my husband, bitch. You can't travel with your husband. I was there. So she went, well, were you with him when they met? She said, no, Tisha, but I knew where they were going. Okay, they went to the Atlanta fish market, girl. They went to the Atlanta fish market, and I had my husband bring me back some takeout. And then after we left there, because we remember Chris saying this, Chris said they went to New York after that meeting, after they had met up in Atlanta. And Chris had firmly said, don't use me as an alibi for shit. I've already done this crazy stuff y'all was doing with y'all wives and being out in the street. I don't do that shit no more, and I'm not going to let you tie me up in it. Okay? So Tisha is sitting there breathing fire. She's so fucking mad. And her voice is raising, and she tells Nell Fletcher, even though Tisha's voice is raising, no, that's not what Marceau said. And she said, I don't care. Nell Fletcher said, I don't care what Marceau said. Heifer, he tells you a lot of shit. Now, in confessional, she said Nell Fletcher said Tisha loves to do this shit, and I don't know what Marceau was doing. But we remember this entire thing started because there was a back pic of Marceau that looked just like the back of Marceau's head and looked like Marceau's back and shoulders, child. And you had everybody, including your mama, Tisha, out here going to bat for Marceau, talking about, I'm going to need to see more than just a back. I'm going to need to see the keys. I'm going to need to see this. And even when Tisha's mama rolled up on Tisha in the scene, however many seasons ago that was, season 6 maybe, and Tisha's mama came over to Tisha's house or whatever they met, and she said, child, that looked just like Marceau's back. That looked just like Marceau's back. Tisha said, Mom, how would you know what a back looks like? Bitch, I could tell you what my husband's back looked like from the moon. Are you crazy? No. Don't do that. If I see somebody's back and that look like your back, bitch, we got to talk at the lawyer's office. What is going on? But Tisha is still pissed. She's hot. And when she realized she can't win, she said, I'm not going to let you embarrass me in a place where I have meetings with other moms that my kids go to school with. You're not going to raise your voice to me. I'm out. I'm out of here. Okay? Nell Fletcher chopped Tisha without even trying to chop Tisha. Okay? Oh, Lord, child. And then if that wasn't enough, Tisha tried to act like she was being a grown woman about it. And she said, you hit me up when you want to be a real adult and talk. And Nell Fletcher said, girl, we ain't got to talk, bitch. Bye. Make sure you take that fucking drink and get out. Okay? Look good coming and going, but your ass got handed to you. Nell looked like she just finished laundry. Okay? That shit was amazing. I loved every second of it. It was great. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hold on. Yes, ma'am. Show me my husband and I'll tell you exactly from the front, from the back, the stomach, his fucking foot. You've been married to Marceau for damn near 20 years. You know what his back looked like, heifer. I could not believe. And you know the saddest part about this? You know the saddest part about this? Because I've been telling y'all, Tisha is in therapy. She's doing the work. Now she is. She's doing a little bit of the work, but she needs some more. She needs a little more therapy because this is where her and Nell Fletcher differ. Because Tisha loves to say Nell Fletcher, Chris is fucking around on Nell Fletcher. And he may be. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is you're not going to cut Nell Fletcher by saying Chris Fletcher is out there sleeping with somebody. Nell Fletcher has already been that road. You know what I'm saying? So when she's sitting there talking to you and you're trying to bring it up like, bitch, your husband was actually sleeping around on you and you don't trust him because he took a selfie. 2 grown-ass men, one damn near in their 60s, the other one in their 50s, taking selfies. Tisha, no, don't. I'm not buying it. But you bought it, which means that while y'all have been in therapy and Marceau has been telling you all kinds of shit to get you out that loop-de-loop, Nell Fletcher in 30 seconds brought you right back in it. And right back in it. Cut. Cut. It was bad, y'all. It was bad. It was bad. And you could tell it was bad. But Nell Fletcher basically is like, I've already been there, done that. You ain't never going to make me feel away. I'm going to sit firmly in this fucking seat and listen to anything you got to say about my husband. And I can definitely tell you where to go. Okay. Tisha can't do that yet because she still don't believe Marcel. Because if you believed him, you wouldn't have got up from that table at all. While you were talking, it took very little to bring that situation back to the truth, to a place where you doubted him. And when you doubted him, you had to jump up and run. And that's all there is to it. Grown men are not taking selfies for shit. Okay? It just ain't happening. It ain't. Sorry. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, she knew that there wasn't something that sounded right. Now, she tried to make it seem like Nell Fletcher was getting out of pocket with her, but Nell Fletcher said, listen, bitch, I'm giving you exactly what you're giving me in this scene. And to be honest, Nell Fletcher didn't raise her voice higher than Tisha raised her voice. I mean, first of all, she already talks like this, but she was like, Tisha, that's a lie. Tisha, that didn't happen. Like, she was just giving it the exact same way Tisha was giving it. But Tisha got so out of her skin, she forgot to pay for her caramel macchiato. Okay? She made sure it was on Nell. Let's see. I loved it. It was good TV. That scene made the whole episode. Woo, it was something, girl. Today, Tisha made herself look like a fool because she did most of the talking. She did. She tried so hard. She tried so hard to say Chris is cheating. And listen, again, Chris and Nell has already come out there and said that Chris used to hoe. How many hoes? Nell Fletcher may never know. You know what I'm saying? But I can say that Nell Fletcher isn't going to be butthurt if somebody brings it up. Where Tisha is still letting what other people say cut her deep. And if you are allowing what other people say outside of you to cut you, you're not over it. So you can't call it a lie and still be in pain, bitch. You got to pick a side. Pick a side. I don't think characters of this show should be asked to come back if they can't sit and complete the scene. Nell was really calm and was on the front and was on the F around and find out. You right about that. You are right about that, child. She was calm. That's why I was like, it was a shark attack. Because I was like, Tisha don't even see it. She doesn't even see it coming. And that's why I said when at the beginning, when Nell has that conversation with Trisha, I was like, Nell might be giving Tisha too much. But I forgot the way Nell and Chris get involved in Tisha's business is because Tisha and Marcel brought Chris into the business. That is all. If you want them out your business, you're going to have to admit that Marcel shouldn't have brought that name up. And you could have ended all of it if you would have just said, girl, that's right. I forgot, child. My bad. Anyway, let's squash this. But no, you end up walking out and you made it look like you don't believe Marcel yet again and blaming it on them damn kids, child. We know better. Nell was in her mom mode. Exactly. She already said, when I deal with Letitia Scott, I feel like when I'm dealing with one of my adult kids. Okay? She tired of Tisha. Kimmy will have to get Nell now. The gang up is real. Nell has a whole family herself. I don't know. That might be even Steven. Might be even Steven with that family. Talk about a smart cookie. She said Nell is in her after pain phase of life. You can tell. That's exactly what I said. I was like, bitch, when somebody says some stuff and they don't even flinch, she was just like, girl, no. Even if it was true, Nell is so calm. She's just like, you aren't going to hit me with that bullshit ever. Okay? I love that scene. Tisha never paid for anything. She did the same thing to Mel. She just walked out without paying. Okay, I did not see her pay anything. She said, bye, child. Chris has the hoe in different area codes of Huntsville, 256, Atlanta, 404. Nell is not weak. She ain't. Well, here we go, y'all. This is it. Tisha should look to Nell for mentorship. You better cut it out. She needs help surrounding the thought of infidelity. She needs to talk to someone. So thank you for bringing that up. This is the other scene that I forgot about that Tisha helped jog my memory. She jogged my memory. So y'all remember the first time we get the whole Chris and Marceau interaction, it is because Marceau said that Chris was his alibi in Atlanta. He made it seem like him and Chris was hanging out the entire time. When Chris said that's not true, I met you for a dinner and then I left. I was there with my wife. She had surgery and then we went to New York. Okay, that brought a completely different picture in. But then there's a scene where Tisha and Marceau have lunch with Nell Fletcher. Y'all remember that? And Tisha becomes an instigator because whatever Marceau said to make things okay, Tisha says to Nell Fletcher, she leaned in across the table. Have y'all ever dealt with infidelity? That was Tisha's way of instigating with Nell Fletcher. And she was like, yeah, we dealt with infidelity. But Nell didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. Tisha was playing with Nell's feelings. She was trying to get under her skin and in her emotions. I didn't catch that then because I forgot about what happened before. But that's what happened. Tisha was instigating that shit. Like, bitch, have y'all ever dealt with infidelity? Because now Tisha feels like Marceau told me what happened between y'all. And it's you who got the cheating husband. Tisha, get your shit together, baby. Don't let Marceau play you like this. He's playing you, girl. Y'all remember that now, okay? Because this is where we're operating from. I forgot, but Tisha actually has brought that shit on herself. You and Marceau, you let Marceau bring that on you. And Marceau's not being 100% honest. And you do need a little mentorship, just like Clone said, when it comes to knowing how to handle yourself when someone brings that shit to your face. You need to know how to handle yourself because when you run out the room, it looks like you're not okay. It looks like your feelings around everything. If you're saying you don't believe it, if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. You be like, bitch, order me another caramel macchiato, okay? Whatever, macchiato. Order me another one for the road on you, okay? Bringing this shit up to me. Anyway, y'all saying that Marceau playing Tisha. I get it. But I'm saying Tisha still got to do the work. You're either in or you're out, boo. You're in or you're out. Tisha keeps saying that they never dealt with infidelity because she's delusional. And she keeps believing the bullshit Marceau tells her. He's been a cheater. He's been able to cover his tracks. Hence the NDA combo. It is what it is, y'all. Ain't nothing that y'all saying is a lie. Everything y'all saying is true. Okay? Everything y'all saying is true. But it was funny as hell. Like I said, Tisha needs more therapy sessions. And this time, okay, more therapy sessions. And this time, talk about how you handle yourself when you are in these meetings with people. And you are the instigator because you brought that shit to Nell's lap. Nell didn't bring it to your lap. You brought it to her lap. So all of us were looking at this scene like Nell's doing too much. It was Tisha who was doing too much. It was Tisha for sure. Okay? Period. You should have apologized. Yep. But anyway, y'all, that was a show. It was a great show. I actually give this episode was a 10 out of 10. I told y'all to take a poll above the chat, right above the chat. So let me give y'all the numbers. I say, whose side are you on, Nell or Tisha? And 72% of y'all said that you were on Nell's side. So Nell wins. 72% of y'all said Nell's side. The truth hurts. 4% of y'all said you were on Tisha's side. Leave her marriage alone. And 24% of y'all said y'all were cleaning the gutters. Okay? I need my gutters clean. So if y'all want to come over, If y'all want to come over and help a sister out, I appreciate it. Okay. But that's it, y'all. Thank you all for coming over. Okay. And listening to the live. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good one next week too, but I appreciate every single one of y'all, every single one of you guys for rocking with me. And keep talking to me in the comments, of course. Please and thank you. Hit the like button, share the video. What else? Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate you. I enjoy you. Liza More Lies. Who else? Nikayla, thank you. See you next time for sure. Bye, guys.